everyone, Woods here. A while ago I did a little bit of a challenge on Pokemon Platinum where I did a run with only a single Buizel. Today I'm going to be looking at doing a run with only a single Pidgey. How well is it going to go? Stick around to find out. The rules are simple. I'm only allowed to use Pidgey in combat. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs for to progress through the story of the game, but I won't be allowed to use them in battle. And last but not least, no items in battle. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's get the run on the way. Alright, so I've changed Charmander over for Pidgey using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, as I think Squirtle in the long run is probably going to be the hardest for us to fight at the end. I named my Pidgey Smudger, as he helped me decide what version of Red I was going to do this run on. Our first rival fight goes pretty well. We just gust down this Squirtle, nothing too sort of fancy. I also named my rival Wiggles, who is another good friend of mine as well. Alright, first gym leader time. At level 15, I decide to go and give Brock a go. I managed to take down his Geodude and his Onix comes out and tries to use Bide, but I just use Sand Attack to try and avoid being hit by his Bide. We managed to take Onix to low HP, but it finishes us off as we ran out of Sand Attacks. Let's come back a few levels later and we'll see how well we stack up against Brock then. At level 17, we decide to go back and attempt Brock again, and we actually managed to pull out a win. We Sand Attack his Geodude 4 times this time, so we have some to spare for his Onix when he decides to use Bide. It was a bit of a long battle, but Smudger managed to pull out a victory and we got our first badge in the bag. I arrive in Cerulean City and I decide to attempt the gym the moment I get there, and well, we don't do too bad. We land a critical hit on Misty's Staryu, but her Starmie manages to take us down with Bubble Beam. Let's go fight a few trainers and we'll come back a little bit later. I decided it's a good idea to go and try and fight the trainers across from Nugget Bridge, but before we do that we have to fight Wiggles again. Out first though is his inferior Pidgeotto, but Smudger doesn't like his haircut and takes it down. Next is his Abra, but that's easy enough. Rattata is next, but same again, easy. Last out is Squirtle, who he thinks is Misty Starmie by using bubbles, but we take it down with a few quick attacks. While getting a few more levels, we break into a man's house, and apparently he's turned himself into a Pokemon. We help him turn back into a human though, and he gives us a ticket to a party boat, so me and Smudge, we're off to party! On the way to the party boat, we run into a Team Rocket Grunt, who we managed to beat and we reach level 28. Once we reach level 28, we learn Wing Attack, one of the only flying moves Pidgey learns in Gen 1, as Gust is normal type in Generation 1. With our new flying move, I go back to the gym and I decide to take Misty on again. And we actually win this time. We take out her Staryu with 2 Wing Attacks and her Starmie goes down to a few Wing Attacks and a Quick Attack. Now that we have our second badge, onto the party boat we go. After me and Smudger beat up everybody on the party boat, we run into Wiggles again. That's right, it's time for another rival fight. We don't do too bad against him, but due to his Pidgeotto Sand attacking us a few times at the start, we aren't able to hit his Water enough at the end to finish it. So let's go back and see if we can avoid being Sand attacked again. We go back to attempt to fight Wiggles again, and yeah, we don't get Sand attacked, so we're able to take out his Water at the end without actually missing any attacks. So take that, Wiggles! After me and Smudge get kicked off the party boat, I decide to give the third gym a go. Lieutenant Surge uses electric types, and that's quite scary as we're weak to electric types. We don't do too bad though, as we take down his Voltorb and Pikachu, but his Raichu comes out, so we hit it with 2 Sand attacks. It misses most of its attacks, but manages to get a Thunderbolt through. Luckily we survive it though, and we finish it off with a Quick Attack. Next up is the first Giovanni Fight, and it goes pretty well. We picked up the TM for Double Edge while going through the Rocket Hideout, and well, Smudge just lays the smackdown to his team, so yeah, we just beat the boys. I decide to go and attempt the Grass Gym next, as we're in the area, so I thought we might as well. And yeah, nothing too special to mention really here. We just Wing Attack everything down, except for the fact that one of Erica's Pokemon poisons us. But yeah, 4th gym down. Okay, Pokemon Tower rival fight time. Smudge is just confident about the whole fight though. He just double edges and Wing Attacks all of Wiggles' team down. So yeah, another win for us against Wiggles. Straight after the Pokemon Tower rival fight, I decide it's time to go straight after Wiggles again for the Silphco rival fight. Out comes his bad hairstyle Bird first, and it Sand attacks us 3 times. And because we can't actually hit any attacks, we go down to his Alakazam. Let's go back and try again without being Sand attacked. Second attempt at the Silphco rival fight, and it goes much better. We just end up double edging and flying everything down. Oh yeah, we have Fly. And also this is meant to be one of the toughest rival fights in the game as well, so I think we did pretty well. Giovanni is back for another fight, but we mostly just double edge his team down. We use Fly and Quick Attack in some places to save a little bit of health, as double edge, using that we do lose a little bit of health in the process, but we do manage to win. I decide I might as well attempt Sabrina as we're in Saffron City anyway, and yeah, Quick Attack and Double Edge just destroy her Psychic types, another easy badge in the bag. Koga is up next, and it goes well apart from getting smoke screened a lot at the start by his coughing. We managed to make it to his wheezing, but because we got poisoned earlier on, we end up going down to poison damage. Let's go back and try that again and see if we can avoid being poisoned. We go back and attempt Koga straight away again. It goes a lot better than the first time round. We never got smoke screened, and every time we fly and it didn't finish something, he just decided to use an X attack instead. Gen 1 AI is weird like that. Oh well, another badge in the bag. Up next is Blaine, and it doesn't go too bad. We're able to take out his Growlithe, Ponyta and Rapidash, but we get to his Arcanine and we can't quite take it down with just one double edge. Let's go back and we'll try a bit of a different strategy. After a few failed attempts, we managed to beat Blaine on the third attempt because he started acting weird. He starts using super potions on his fully healed Pokemon. I decided to just use Fly on his Arcanine, and it worked as he'd used Takedown when I landed, and I was able to finish him off with double edge. So yeah, 7th badge in the bag. Okay, final gym and Giovanni Fight, and it doesn't go so great. He uses ground types, but his first Pokemon out is a Rhyhorn, and Rhyhorn is rock and ground, and also rock resists us. We're able to take it down though, as well as his next two Pokemon, but his Nidoking comes out and is able to finish us off. Let's grind up to level 65 and we'll go back and try again. We go back at level 65 and try again. We managed to take down his Nidoking this time and get to his Rhydon on this attempt. I also remembered that I still had Sand Attack as well, and it actually helped out quite a lot, but we still went down to Rhydon. I'm just going to keep grinding on Giovanni's Pokemon and see what we can pull out of the bag. Literally the attempt after the one that we just did, we actually managed to pull out a win. We used the same strategy for the first part of his team, and when his Rhydon comes out, we get our 3 Sand Attacks in, and then we just chip away at him with Fly and Double Edge. And with that done, we have beaten the boys, and we can now move on to the Elite Four. Before we can even start going through Victory Road to get to the Elite Four, we have another fight with Wiggles, and it goes really well up until his Blastoise. We almost take it down, but he lands a critical bite, and that ends up taking us down. And for the millionth time this run, let's go straight back and give it another go. I know we can do this. And just like all the other times, we go back on our second attempt, and we manage to win. His Blastoise this time though doesn't really do much to us, apart from withdraw and Skull Bash at the wrong times. Now that we've beaten Wiggles, we can now move on to the Elite Four for real this time. Okay, Elite Four time, here we go. First up is Ice Trainer Lorelei, and yep, we go down to a critical Aurora Beam. This is going to be a long grind, I can tell. After many failed attempts later, I go back with a new strategy. I went back to the Safari Zone and picked the TM up for Double Team. I built up 5 double teams at the start of the fight. We managed to get to Lorelei's Jinx, but we go down to an Ice Punch. I'm going to keep attempting to fight her and see what happens. After a few more failed attempts, I finally managed to beat her. We took a lot of damage from her Dugong right at the very start, but we were able to build up our 6 double teams, and after that, Fly just literally obliterates everything in its path. Finally, now time to move on to the second member of the Elite Four. Next up on the second member of the Elite Four is Bruno. He's not really too much of a threat apart from his 2 Onyxes. I set up a few double teams against them just to be on the safe side, but apart from that, Fly literally destroys all his fighting types. Second member down. Third member of the Elite Four is Agatha, but her team is nice and easy to deal with. Just Fly and Double Edge just completely destroys all of her teams. That's the third member down, on to the fourth. Last member of the Elite Four is Lance, and this fight is a little bit scary. I build up my double teams right at the start just to be on the safe side, but while doing that, his Gyarados manages to hit us with a Hyper Beam. It hurts a lot, but we still have a little bit of health left. We take down most of his team with Fly, but then the real threat of his team comes out being Aerodactyl. It's part rock type, so that means it's going to resist our flies. It manages to hit a takedown, which almost takes us out, but we manage to survive and we just keep chipping away at it with Fly. Outlasted his Dragonite though, and we managed to finish it off, and now we can move on to the champion fight. This is it, the final fight against Wiggles. Out first is his inferior bird though, but we managed to set up our 6 double teams right at the start, but his inferior bird manages to get through a sky attack, but we still lived that and we managed to take out the bad headstyle bird. Out next is his Alakazam, who sets up a Reflect, but we managed to take it out with a few flies. Next out is his Rhydon, but we just keep hitting double edge to smash our way through it. His Arcanine and Exeggutor go down to a few flies and outlasts his Blastoise, but we managed to take it out with a couple of flies. And with that, we have beaten the champion, and Smudger makes his way into the Hall of Fame. So there we have it. It looks like Pokemon Red can be beaten with just a single Pidgey. Once again, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you do think of any ideas which you would like to see for future Pokemon runs, or any challenge runs for that matter, drop them down in the comment sections below. I'll also be leaving my good friend Smudge's Twitch link in the description below. Be sure to go and check him out as well. He's an amazing guy, and yeah, that's about everything. Be sure to check out the last run. Next one I'm probably going to look at doing is probably Pokemon Emerald with only a single Lotad, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Once again, folks, thank you so much for watching. I shall catch you all in the next video. See ya!